Here, KCAL News to give you an update on a live pursuit going on right now. What we know is that LAPD is in pursuit of this vehicle and this particular suspect. We're zooming in, it looks like there's obviously the driver, but not really much else we can tell if it's just one suspect or multiple suspects that are in pursuit. Now, maintaining our eye on this one right now from SkyCal, pardon me, well, we were checking in earlier. There was some heavy traffic around this vehicle. Now you see some there in the moment, working on getting you an exact location of where this is happening and what the want is in this particular case. But right now you see spare traffic at the moment right now as LAPD maintains an eye on this vehicle that they're in the middle of a pursuit of. And normally, pardon me again, normally in these situations, we would also have our speedometer. We would have a lot of other tools of the trade, so to speak, to help us out in telling you how fast this vehicle is going, because of course what we like to draw attention to with these live pursuits is how fast this vehicle is going, especially in relation to traffic. Now I'm being told the want here for this pursuit suspect is reckless driving, so that is what the want is right now for this vehicle at the moment. But we've been seeing him go in and out of traffic right now. This is where it's been more congested, a little bit tighter right now here on the interstate. It seems like it looked like Overkill Drive was the marker. You see a patrol car, a law enforcement vehicle right there on the top right corner of the screen, and nowhere for this car to go at the moment. Normally, in other pursuits, we've seen things get really tight. Now it's side by side with this vehicle right now. You normally don't see a situation like this. It's hard to tell if stopping, perhaps even having a conversation, but the law enforcement vehicle there on the right side, not even lowering the window or anything else, just weaving on through here, nowhere to go. You're boxed in, essentially, at this point. Now just waiting for traffic to get a move on. And now you see law enforcement, and it bumps right into the vehicle, rips off the front end of that car, as you saw 4 officers race up to it, and then it just takes off. So we have a damaged vehicle that was standing still in the middle of traffic, and now off to the races for this pursuit suspect in traffic here. It pinned down, seemed like, to the point where you had LAPD officers running up to the vehicle, seemingly having this under control and perhaps putting an end to this. And now we've entered a second phase here where this suspect, who again was wanted for reckless driving, is now in the middle of a pursuit where you've already damaged one car. Fortunately, haven't run into anybody or any other vehicles at this moment, but it speaks to the recklessness now on the opposite side of the road, going against traffic, and this is particularly dangerous. I mean, my goodness, you have here blending into the rest of traffic, just cutting cars off left and right and moving in and out. I mean, obviously normally we'd be able to tell you if and how fast they are going, but you can tell already the recklessness and the potential endangerment of others has already skyrocketed to the top. Window almost seems like it's down, but once again, we're only seeing the driver, unsure if there's anybody else in this vehicle or if it's just the one person. But LAPD has been in pursuit of this. We're keeping an eye on this situation. We broke in just a few minutes ago, right around 3:20, if not a little bit beforehand. SkyCal giving you a zoomed out view here of traffic where in the more congested areas, that's where we hit our first rough spot. And now with traffic existent but not overly complicated, typically in these pursuit situations, you'll see the suspect keep the weaving of traffic going through, and they're right on the shoulder, just trying to avoid cars at all costs and trying to get away. But you know, we have the video overhead. LAPD presumably has their own chopper overhead, keeping an eye on this as well. But notice we're not really seeing any LAPD patrol cars directly behind or coming up to this vehicle at the moment. Hard to tell if they're only in tracking mode right now, pardon me, but this has already escalated to a point where we're beyond just keeping an eye and hoping for the best in this situation. Again, we're on surface streets right now. There's a Ralph's there on the corner, car turning off to the right. The trees are going to obstruct the view for just a hair, but it is tight. You see it there squeezing between parked cars and other vehicles on the road. But when I mentioned that this already escalated beyond a point of concern is that normally you would be hoping for the best and and preparing for the worst. But when there was a moment just a couple of minutes ago, this car trapped between 4 to 5 cars directly next to another law enforcement vehicle, it wasn't moving. In fact, there was no place for this suspect to go. You saw a 2, if not 4, when we zoomed out it was 4, but 2 just popping into frame right to left, officers sprinting up to this black car, seemingly trying to arrest the suspect or at least bring this situation to a close, and then all of a sudden it just rips off the front end of another car. And for a second there, I thought I saw an arm on the passenger side, and it does look like there's 2 people in the car. There's some arms moving. We're zoomed in here. So obviously the driver's there, window partially down, and window down on the opposite side as well, on the driver's passenger side. It looked like there was somebody else. We're driving through a parking lot right now. This is zoomed out at the moment for you to give you a better look at what's going on. But my goodness, I mean, you're already talking about a situation that's escalated where the driver has really just turned it up a notch, for lack of a better phrase, lack of a better word right now. I mean, at this moment, there was a point where we thought this suspect was going to start driving onto the freeway. Instead, we're still monitoring here on surface roads, veering into opposite traffic for a hair, but for the most part, just kind of sticking it here, you know, making the occasional right turn, left turn, weaving through traffic. And, you know, I keep going back to normally or typically in these situations. I mean, we see it with pursuits often, where even if you right now, see, there's no LAPD. We know LAPD is pursuing this suspect, but you don't see those vehicles directly behind or even at sort of a trailing distance. So perhaps they're in tracking mode, but they know what's going on in this case, especially after the aforementioned moment where you've ripped off the front end of a standstill car and then almost ran into 4 officers or 2 officers getting directly up to the vehicle and driver's side here. So once again, just to reset here, as it's 3:30 in the afternoon, we've broken into programming to give you some breaking news. So this can be a bit of a chaotic situation, as it typically is within high-speed pursuits. LAPD is after this suspect right now. The want, we're told, is for reckless driving, which almost became a self-fulfilling prophecy live on air when it ripped off the front end of a different car. At the moment, we know there's the driver, obviously, but when we were zooming in a little bit earlier from SkyCal, again, this is live, and this is once again caught in a similar situation to what happened before. It's at the bottom of your screen, just above the lower third. Right there's the vehicle where there's a bunch of traffic and a lot of cars sort of turn into a pursuit because of the hit and run, and producers telling me in our ear. So again, fluid situation, but it was a tracking situation, and now it's a full-on pursuit after that hit and run where it ran into the front end of a vehicle that was in the middle of standstill traffic and ripped off its front end. So right now, we are keeping an eye on this. Not much traffic in the way, but still on these surface streets. Now, going back to the point I was trying to make a little bit earlier is that when you see, and we asked this of Dave Avila and other experts that we have on the air from time to time, is what happens in situations like these where you have officers tracking and pursuing, but the vehicle is not going up on the highway or going 80, 90, 100 miles per hour. Sometimes they tend to think that this is a suspect that is just trying to stick in an area that they know, trying to stick in a part of town where they're trying to get away, but obviously, we understand at this point, veering here into the opposite side of traffic, and this is where the big concern is, right? Where you have so many vehicles coming left and right, and you know, it's one thing. It makes it a little easier to try and keep track of the vehicles, or not the vehicles, pardon me. The buildings are getting in the way here a little bit of trying to maintain an eye on this vehicle, but it's a shopping center. You see a Trader Joe's, you have a TJ Maxx. I mean, this is a heavy shopping area at the moment. And as we zoom out to try and reestablish our point of view, it's going to be a little tough here just because of the buildings and everything else. And we also don't have a marker when it comes to LAPD because we haven't seen LAPD vehicles directly behind the car. It looks like, there we go, we've reestablished our eye on this pursuit vehicle right now. I want to say there's somebody else in that passenger seat because we were zooming in earlier, close to 10 minutes ago, where you see the driver's side window partially down. That's the one driver. Obviously, we can confirm that. But it looked like there were hands moving on the opposite side, and that window was also down as well. Once again, here zooming in, trying to keep an eye on what's going on. Let's see if he's, oh, okay, so now the suspect, it looks like smoking or vaping as well as this continues on. The body language would seem to indicate, as well as that brief moment there, continuing on camera, that there doesn't seem to be a sense of worry necessarily. I mean, obviously it's speculation at this point as we continue to monitor the situation, but it's one of the more perplexing things that we see here is just the casual nature with which this car is going on these surface streets, especially when you compare and contrast it to what we saw earlier, which is a sort of hecticness, a deliberate attempt of that video here that we're talking about. This is exactly what we're talking about. You see two officers run up to the car, and the car was pinned in. It was stuck. You see the zoomed out version there. It wasn't anywhere to go, and then deliberately making the choice to just floor it through another car that was standing there in traffic. So turning into a hit and run. The situation has now escalated, and it looks like we're in a little bit more of a remote part. It looks like some construction was happening there on the right side of your screen. Not much other traffic going on here right now. And once again, you know, we're breaking in here on KCAL 9 News, Sports Central going on at the moment as well. So we have multiple balls up in the air juggling for you. Typically, in these situations, that we can tell you how fast they're going. We can tell you a little bit more of what's going on. It looks like a brake light is also out. And sorry, James, can you tell me that one more time? Female driver is what we're told, communicating with our producer here in real time as we try and gather more information for you. Being told it's a female driver in the front seat, and working to see if we can also find any details on if there is a passenger as well, because based on our eyes, we saw that there might have been. So zooming out a bit here, you see the construction. I believe it almost looks like we are, you know, sometimes with our chopper, we have to monitor airspace and we can't get up close and personal. Obviously, sometimes that's LAX or other situations, and it looks like that's what it is right now. So we can't quite get much closer here because of flight regulations and everything else. So you see the airplanes and everything else, and now you understand where we are on the map at this point. My goodness, I mean, what a situation we've been keeping an eye on here over the last half an hour or so, breaking in about 15 minutes ago for you. Once again, just in case you're a little bit late and you want to get caught up on what's going on here, this is an LAPD pursuit. LAPD officers are in pursuit of a reckless driving suspect. And then it turned into a hit-and-run situation where this car was trapped in traffic and officers sprinted up to the vehicle to try and put this thing to bed, so to speak, and then it just took off and ripped off the front end of a different vehicle. So right now, keeping an eye on this situation, we're going to have to pull back and stay away and keep this monitored from a distance because it looks like we are in LAX airspace, or at least bordering right up on it, so that makes it difficult to keep an eye on things. But stay with us here on KCAL News, and we'll keep you posted on the latest, even break back in if we need to. For now, we'll send it back to regularly scheduled programming.